Hello, 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 hello. Hi, my spiritual gangsters. Welcome, welcome. I know it's been too long. I know. Thank you so much for being patient. Thank you so much for commenting. Thank you for your emails. Thank you for all of the love. Your girl's been busy. I'm not even gonna go into it, but your girl's been very busy. All good things. God is good. God is good. God is good. I'm going to say it for the people in the back. God is good. So yes, today we're going to do an updated reading for Mr. SHAWN Mendes and Camila Cabello. Yes, 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 yes. Finally. So if you haven't noticed, my hair is a little different. I decided to take it out of braids just because I feel like I wanted to, give it a little bit of a rest and let it breathe. And braids can be, it tugs on your hair. It's not good for the hairline. It's, it's convenient. I work out a lot, so it helps. But I decided just to change the color, put a little blonde in, spruce it up. Your girl's trying to, I don't know what I'm trying to do. Yeah, so hopefully you guys like it. Anywho, how are you guys doing? How is everyone doing? How are you? I hope you're well. I hope you're protected. I hope you're happy. I hope you're grounded. I hope we're all out there loving each other, loving on each other, spreading those positive vibes. All right, let's get into it. So, the last reading I did with Camila Cabello, I hope I'm saying her name right, Camila Cabello and SHAWN Mendes, I guess they were in a separation, and it was around Coachella. I have not looked, I've barely had time to wipe my own butt, let alone, let me see if I can get the smoke out here because it's a little bit of a distraction, let alone follow up on what's going on in their situation. A lot of people, I'm actually going to move this, it's dragon's blood for protection. A lot of people in my comments have been asking, can you do an update? I don't even know what I'm updating, but what I'll do is I'm going to look into his energy, her energy, and then their connected, combined energy. Again, I do believe that they are soulmates. I do believe that they've lived many lifetimes together. I know that when I did the reading last, she had really great energy. He had really great energy. I do believe that SHAWN Mendes is woke. I believe that he's on the spiritual path. I do believe that he is a manifester. I do believe that he's high vibe for sure, and that he's woo. I do believe he's an empath. I do believe that he's an empath. I glanced at his Instagram. I don't follow him. I don't even follow her. I may glance at it every now and then, just in the moment. If something happens to pop up on my feed, I'll look at it, but I don't really follow them. I'm just not drawn to them like that. All right, here we go. So first, here behind us, we're going to raise some vibrations. Beautiful thing. So the singing bowl is actually really great for raising vibrations, and what that means is lifting the spirits. Long story short, it's a Tibetan singing bowl. It's great for mental clarity. It's great for getting rid of any kind of entities. It's great for clearing the energy, lifting the vibrations. A lot of people don't know this, but church bells. So back in the day, and there still may be some around, a lot of churches have bells on the top of it, not just to keep time. People don't know that. But yes, the church bells usually ring every hour on the hour, or in town hall, they may have a big clock, but the church bells actually ring because they're raising vibrations. It's raising the vibrations of the city, of the town, raising the mood, clearing the energy. A lot of people don't know that, but it's to lift spirits. Wild, huh? So yeah, it's awesome what a little bit of sound, positive sound, can do for one's mood, one's mind. Okay, I'm starting to channel, so of course the nose is going to itch. All right, we'll do my little Buddha. I'm going to do Camila, SHAWN, and then their collected energy. Let's pray. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope everyone is Doing great. All right, here we go. Spirit guides, ancestors, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, I ask that you protect me and my viewers as I perform this act of divination. I return all evil eyes and negativity back to the sender with love, light, and healing. This is a positive channel. This is all for entertainment purposes. Positivity, high vibes, good vibrations, love, love, love. Namaste, let's do it. All right, Spirit. Camila Cabello. Camila Cabello. She kind of reminds me of the actress. Her last name is Cruz. What is her first name? She played in the movie Blow. Her last, Penelope Cruz. I get Penelope Cruz vibes, kind of, when I think of Camila Cabello. I don't know why, but Penelope Cruz literally just popped into my head when I was channeling Camila Cabello. I don't know if they're related. Maybe, I don't know. Their ancestors might be the same, but I get that same Latina vibe. They're both beautiful, beautiful girls. All right. Camila Cabello. Okay, I heard confused. Camila Cabello, Spirit. Okay. Camila Cabello, please. I think I'll do 5 cards each. Camila Cabello, Spirit. Wow. Okay, these cards are really talking. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take as many cards as Spirit's going to give us. I was going to do 5, but these cards are really talking here. Okay. Camila Cabello. I heard domineering. Domineering? She might be powerful. She might be like a force to be reckoned with. She might be one of those people that comes into the room and just takes over. Like, the vibe, the energy. Okay. She might just be one of those people. I'm getting like fiery energy from her. Like fire sign? Excuse me. Okay, so I'm getting like fire sign, fiery energy from her. Oh, she's tired. SHAWN Mendes, please. SHAWN Mendes. His energy is a lot lighter. Her energy, when I was reading her energy, like my whole jaw was pulsating. Like she might be stressed. Maybe she's in the middle. Okay. What I'm picking up from Miss Camila Cabello or Camila Cabello is she might be in the middle of a business move or planning something, because when I was channeling her, my whole jaw was just pulsating. Like she's stressed or tense or like in the middle of something, trying to like make moves, if that makes sense. Like she's in a stressful situation. All right, Spirit. SHAWN Mendes, please. Tiresome? I heard tiresome. He's tired. These are coming out in pairs, so I'm going to take them the way they're coming out because it means something when they come out stuck together. When it comes out in pairs, there's a reason. Wow, this got really great energy. Ooh, boy. He's walking away from something. He's walking away from something to pursue something else. I heard clarity. Ooh, okay. Mm-hmm. their energies are quite different. So her energy since the first time I did a reading for her has changed dramatically. Dramatically. I think the first reading I did when it was around the time they were at Coachella, I believe that Camila and Shawn were together because her energy was light and airy and fun and easy. She seems very stressed and like in the state of like just pressure. It feels like there's pressure. Ooh. Oh, hello. Okay. It feels like there's just like pressure all around her. So, anyhow, let's get their collective energy. It's weird. I had a dream last night. This is so random. And the reason I'm going to bring it up is because I'm looking at the Empress card and the belly is really standing out to me. With the Empress card, so the Empress card is, she's literally pregnant, but I don't ever pay attention to that because I know that it doesn't necessarily mean that someone's conceived. But last night I had a dream that my ex-boyfriend, my first actual boyfriend, was pregnant by somebody else, and the girl that he's with currently didn't know. So the fact that I just pulled the Empress card and it's that belly's really screaming at me, I don't know what that means. And then today I was going to an appointment and I looked in my rearview mirror and I swear the guy that was in the car behind me looked to a T like my first ex. Like my first ever boyfriend. I mean, hair color, same beard, same eyes, same nose, same everything. And the fact that I dreamt about him last night and that I feel like he's right behind me is a little weird, but the universe is talking. All right, their collective energy, please. Karmic justice. Oh, hello. Okay. Their collective energy, please. Their collective energy, please. Collective energy. Ooh. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else for their collected? It seems a little scattered, kind of all over the place. Somebody is tense. Somebody, and it's her. Camila is going through some shit. Woo! Camila. I'm just going to call her Camila. She's going through some shit. Some really intense stuff right now. All right, is there any other cards for the collected energy, please? I guess that's it. Ooh. At the bottom of the deck, we've got the Nine of Swords. Justice. Okay. All right, let's do this. So, what I get from Miss Camila Cabello is a whole lot. There's a lot going on in her life right now. The first card that I got that came out was the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles, a lot of people seem to think that it's a third-party energy. It's not. It's not. This is not the third-party card. The Three of Swords is the third-party card. But in this reading, when I'm in her energy, this screams third-party. Camila is in a relationship, from what I get, and it's not the right person. You can tell, so male or female, you can tell a lot about two people who are in a relationship based off of their energy. She seems very tense. Her jaw's tense. She's anxious. She's nervous. We have the Two of Cups, which means she's clearly with someone. And I don't believe it's Shawn. It's not. She's with someone, but it's not the right person. So this is karma. This is karma, and I'll tell you why. She's in a karmic relationship. The reason being is because the world is here. Now, the wheel represents karma. The world represents cycles. The world came up upright, which means she's still in a karmic cycle. This is karmic because there's three people in this card. If it wasn't karmic, it would be the Lover's card, or the Emperor, and the Empress would have come out with the Two of Cups. The Three of Swords represents, for sure, third parties, but when I see this card, I'm seeing third party. The World card came up. If it was upside down, that means that she would have been ending cycles. It's still upright. She has some things to learn. The Devil card came out with the Lovers. So yes, she's in a relationship, clearly, because we got the Two of Cups. Is it with the right person? No, because the Devil is attached to the Lovers. The Devil card can represent a few different things. It can represent addictions. It can represent cheating. It can represent in and out energy. It can represent heavy drinking, heavy partying. It could represent a lot of things. Obsession. Did I say addiction? Obsession, addiction, karmic lessons, lower vibrational activities like drugs, alcohol, partying, all of the wrong things. It's connected to the Lovers. Whatever she's doing, it ain't right. So, I do believe, though, because the Two of Wands came up with the Five of Cups. The Two of Wands talks about making a decision. You see this girl sitting here at the window, looking out the window with a wand in her hand, the world at her fingertips, and then there's a picture of a car. I do think Camila thought that if she went ahead and left Mr. Shawn Mendes behind and got in a different relationship, she would have the world at her fingertips and she would be like happy-go-lucky, just living it up, Miss It Girl, so on and so forth. That's not the case. The reason being is because the Five of Cups represents regret. To me, the Five of Cups well, obviously in the tarot, the Five of Cups does represent regret. This card also gives off manifesting, because you see this person is slowly pouring into this cup. I don't get manifesting with this. I get regret. I get what this card actually means. She regrets the decision that she made to leave Mr. Shawn Mendes behind. Four of Cups, boredom. She's bored. She's not happy with what she has. You see these four cups here and how this person looks bored, and they're looking in the direction of these empty cups. This represents being focused on the past. All of these empty cups, they're empty. So these are experiences that clearly didn't go right, because if they went right, the cups would be full. So she's one, either way too stuck on the past, rerunning negative experiences over and over and over in her mind, which keeps her stuck where she is. But you also see on the left side of this card, the universe, God, Spirit is offering her, someone, possibly Shawn, is offering her a full cup of love with rainbows, magic, and she's not paying attention. She's looking at these cups. So, also I get from this, she's also worried. Something just clicked. I feel like I'm talking to myself. She's also worried about her abundance. She's very into her abundance right now. The Nine of Pentacles is single, dingle, dingle. Single, dingle. And she's worried about her money. She's planting seeds. She's worried about her abundance. And she's not really paying attention to the offer that is being offered to her. Yeah, I might be talking to myself. So yeah, I think that Camila is quite distracted, quite busy, probably with all the wrong things. Very stressed, very wound up, it feels like, is the energy I'm getting from her. Okay, next. We have the Page of Swords and, ooh, hello, that's sticky fingers. The Page of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. The Page of Swords talks about communication. Swords are communication. You see this person is focused on this book and there's light bulbs going off. This to me represents ideas. Maybe she's studying to open up another business. Maybe she's like, what's my next chapter? What's next for me? She's not looking around. She's not focused on these two beautiful birds that are above her head. She's focused right here on this book. She wants to know, what's the next step? What's next? What's next? What's next? She might be studying, maybe going back to school. I doubt it because she's Camila Cabello, but she might be studying a new craft. The page represents thoughts and communication. She's walking across this sword. So they may not be communicating right now is kind of what I'm getting. Also, this Knight of Pentacles represents slow movement. I do think I'm getting, when I saw this, I saw Shawn. I do think that whatever it is that he's moving towards, whether it's a relationship with Camila, I do think that he's open to it. The Page of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the deck. You see that he's leading the horse, and he's literally dropping these pentacles. It's almost, you know what it reminds me of? Like Hansel and Gretel. How they were dropping breadcrumbs behind for this person, whoever it is. I guess, well, they were dropping breadcrumbs behind so they could find their way home, is what I'm trying to say. This seems to me like he's dropping little pentacles behind so whoever is following Camila can find her way back within, obviously, the right time. So pentacles also represent money. I think that Mr. Shawn Mendes has spent a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of effort when it comes to Miss Camila Cabello. And then we have the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups, you see this person is abundant. You've got this treasure chest at the bottom here, throwing these cups into the air. Beautiful. I mean, it's a bright card. It's just gorgeous. This is the card of abundance, sunshine, manifestation abilities, being able to literally manifest anything that you want, having the skill, the work ethic, the determination. She's a hard worker, and she's one of those people who, just like, you know, Justin and Selena, she is a manifester. Okay, so moving on to, and it's funny because I do feel that Shawn is still in her energy. Even though they're not together in a relationship, I do feel that Mr. Shawn Mendes is in her energy. And I do feel that she's in Shawn Mendes' energy. Okay, so the first two cards that came out, the Empress and the Six of, I believe, Wands. Yep. So the Empress is someone, female usually, but it can be tied to male energy. But in this case, I do feel it's female. It's a female energy who is a manifester, a CEO. The Empress represents all four queens of the deck, meaning money, intuition, manifestation, physical, spiritual, all of the things. She's mastered money. She's mastered, let me see, so the Queen of Pentacles is being able to master money. The Queen of Swords is being able to communicate in a healthy way. The Queen of Wands is, what are wands? Wands are communicate. The Queen of Swords is thoughts, so being able to have clarity of thought and follow your intuition. The Queen of Wands is communication, fiery passion, moving forward. What else am I missing? The Queen of Cups is intuition, it's love. You fill cups with love. So this Empress embodies all four queens. I do believe it's Camila Cabello for two reasons, and one just popped through. All of these lights, it looks like someone's on stage, doesn't it? Like someone's performing on stage. But the Six of Wands also represents success, notoriety, everyone loving you, everyone seeing you, being on TV, being famous, being in the spotlight. He wants success with Camila Cabello. See, this Empress's back is turned away from. Now, if it was faced like this, if I would have picked them up like this, that means that she would be open to what he wants with her. But the Empress's back is to the card. She's not focused on him. Like, to be 100% honest, she's not focused on Shawn. She's focused on herself. She's focused on her abundance. She's focused on manifesting, and she's focused on her own life is what I'm getting. Next, we have the Ace of Wands and the Ten of Cups. He is trying to manifest. I believe that he is trying to manifest her. So, when you look at this card, the Ace of Wands, you see this person's third eye? Pineal gland is lit up. They're closed. Their eyes are closed. They're meditating. A lot of people manifest through meditation. He's using his intuition. He's following his intuition. He's manifesting and meditating. He wants the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is, look, the family, the money, the party, the home, the foundation. Look how bright and beautiful this card is. You want the dog, you want the cat, you want the kids, party, travel, money, sex, all of the things. Now, something else just popped through. I think that he is going to get it regardless. Do I think that he wants it with Camila? Yes. Do I think he's going to wait forever? No. And, oh, okay. And that's, I'm so sorry. I forgot my phone was even on. But that is confirmation that he's not going to wait around forever. Do I think that he wants it with her? Yes. Do I think he's manifesting it? Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. We'll see if it happens. All right. Next, we have the Eight of Cups and the Star. So this to me represents I'm going to say two things. I see a female walking away. So this bowl here is dimly lit. This bowl here is completely sunken. I believe that Shawn is walking away from things that no longer serve him. Karmic situations, low vibrational energies, people who are not going to help lift him up, situations that are going to drain him, manipulating, abusive people. He's walking away from it. He's leaving these half-ass, half-dim lit bowls in the back, in the past, is what I'm trying to say. And he's walking towards a brighter light. Sometimes we have to sit in some shit in order to learn. And I think that what he's going through, what Shawn is going through right now, has taught him a lot. Whether it's karmic lessons, whether it's, people being cheated on. From what my understanding is that she cheated on him and he's walking away. From what my understanding is. Do I think he still wants to be with her? Yes. Why do I think that? The Star card. This card represents wish fulfillment. Literally, like he's literally manifesting and telling the universe this is what he wants. Shawn Mendes is deeply, deeply, deeply divine and spiritual. He is so unbelievably woke, it's insane. You wouldn't know it, though, by looking at him. He's got a great balance between the 5D and the 3D. That's kind of, as I've learned, one of the hardest things to balance is 3D and 5D. Because I get so unbelievably ingrained in my spirituality, doing yoga, chanting, all of the things that I literally feel like when I go to work on Monday, like I'm a freaking alien and I'm like, what the hell? So, the thing about Shawn is he has great balance. He knows how to balance. But he is deeply divinely connected. He's deeply divinely protected as well. Shawn is one of those people. He is an empath because I recently looked at his Instagram and there was a video of him. He literally was like, my anxiety is on 10. And he knows why. He's an empath. When you're an empath, you pick up, you're a sage. Everything sticks to you. Everyone's energy sticks to you. Confirmation. Everyone's thoughts stick to you. Everything sticks to you. And as a sage, if you're not clearing your energy, swimming in the ocean, doing yoga, grounding yourself, lifting weights, taking a cleansing spiritual bath, it can get to a point where you can't escape everybody else's energy. No matter how much you detach, you can go home and you still are like, because you're a sage and everything sticks to you. He is a sage. He is an empath. So is Justin Bieber. So is Selena Gomez. Which is why when you are an empath, when you are a twin, when you're on the spiritual journey, burnout is a real effing thing. Which is why a lot of us have to cut off the world, turn out the lights, lay in bed for a day and decompress, because normal everyday stimulation, especially in the beginning, can be overwhelming. When my spiritual awakenings were starting, just going to Stater Brothers, I'd break down and have like an anxiety attack before going in to buy oranges. But it's because I was being spiritually awakened and all of my senses were heightened and all of my senses were on 10. So for us empaths and spiritual beings and light workers and high vibing humans, sometimes all of this stuff can be too much. So, like I said, he is an empath. He's deeply spiritual. He is in tune, and I just got like, he is so connected to his intuition and reading people and humble and grounded. Like, he just knows. He just knows. So I do think that his wish, because the Star card is the wish, is to be with her. I really, really do. But I think he knows in divine timing, it'll all work out exactly how it's supposed to. Okay. This is really random because I've never gotten this before with Camila and Shawn, but I just heard very, very clearly twin flames. Ooh, that's wild. That is so wild. I just heard, and I've never, ever gotten that before with them. I've gotten soulmates, but I've never gotten twin flames. And I heard it loud and fucking clear. Twin flames, and then like the left side of my body started to tingle. Now, because I am a twin, when I'm around other twins, my body tells me instantly. I worked with 2 other twins, I want to say about 1.5 years ago. I worked with a doctor who was a twin. Yes, he knew he was a twin, and he was married to a karmic because he chose not to do the work. He chose to become a doctor and to be very much 3D. He did practice, like, you know, he would carry crystals, and he knew, like, that he was an empath. He knew about the twin flame journey. He was very spiritual, but he chose a karmic over his twin, which a lot of twins do, because the twin flame path is extremely, it's heavy as fuck. Let's just say that. It's heavy as fuck, and not everyone can or is willing to do the work. Confirmation. So he chose not to do it. But when he told me he was a twin, and he was standing actually on my left-hand side, my whole body, when I tell you, every hair and every, tingle in my body just started talking. I was like, you are a twin. And he knew I was a twin because he could feel it. At that same job, a girl by the name of Kelly was a twin. And I knew she was a twin because I ran cards on her. She asked me to run cards on her. I could tell she was just starting to go through her spiritual awakenings, because she's like, I feel like I'm going crazy. I need your help. She was so, like, drawn to me. And her and I got along instantly. Best friends, fell in love. Like, she's a divine feminine, I'm a divine feminine. But she had 3 kids before she started to wake up. She knew who her twin was. She knew she was a twin. She knew she was going through spiritual awakenings, the beginning of it. But she told me, I'm not going to do the work. I'm staying with my karmic husband. I have 3 kids. She manifested it. She did express to me many times that she regretted having so many kids so soon and piling her plate so high so quickly. But it's what it was. It's what she did. It's what the circumstance was. And she chose not to. Obviously, who's going to leave their 3 kids and their husband, especially if they're happy? And I read the cards, and she was in love with the karmic. And it was who she was meant to be with. It was not, my situation with the karmic was way different. Her situation, her contract is different. Her contract is, yes, she's a twin, and yes, she is here to do work, but she's not on the spiritual path, so to speak. And that's okay. My contract is different. I am on the spiritual path. I am doing the work. I am on the twin flame journey. Every single day I work at, my contract. So, anywho, so yes, I have been around other twins, and yes, I know it instantly because my body will tell me. So, long story short, sorry for rambling. I do think, and I just got this, and I've never gotten this before, and I can actually, at the end of this, I'm going to reshuffle the cards and just ask the cards, are they twins? I heard twin flame loud and clear. Loud and loud and loud and clear that they're twin flames. And it's funny because I just saw, holy shit, Camila Cabello, and SHAWN Mendes are twin fucking flames, dude. Oh my god. And I'll tell you how I know again. SHAWN Mendes and Justin Bieber did a video together. There's a reason they did a video together. There's a reason. SHAWN Mendes, and a lot of people don't know this, SHAWN Mendes and Justin Bieber are very close. Very, very close. Justin Bieber is on the spiritual path, but he fights back and forth with 3D, 5D. He's very much in a karmic situation. He's very trapped. SHAWN Mendes is extremely spiritual and is helping Justin. I do believe that SHAWN Mendes was sent. Confirmation. SHAWN Mendes was sent to Justin Bieber for a reason. For a reason. When I see SHAWN Mendes, I do believe that SHAWN Mendes is a lot more spiritually advanced than Justin Bieber is. I do believe that. I think Justin Bieber needs SHAWN Mendes, and SHAWN Mendes knows that Justin Bieber needs him. They're brothers. They hang out a lot. They go to service a lot. I do think that SHAWN Mendes is going to be part of the reason that Justin Bieber at some point will get unstuck. I do believe that. They have a contract. It's all coming through. I'm channeling. They have a contract. This is not their first lifetime together either. And it's funny because twins will meet other twins when it's the right time. Like those other twins that I met where I used to work, I was helping them get through things, and they were helping me get through things. It was an energy exchange. God called me to that job for a reason. It was a 3-month contract. I helped raise vibrations there because I'm not even going to get into it, but they desperately needed my help. I desperately needed their help. I did what I had to do and I was gone. But yes, it's funny because I never thought about that. Damn, SHAWN Mendes and Camila Cabello are twin flames. I don't know how I never saw it before. I mean, the cards have never mentioned it, but back to the reading. He's coming up with a plan. He is the King of Pentacles. He's coming up with a plan, and hold on, let me just, because I just looked at this card. Let me just figure out what the cards are telling me here. I do think Shawn Mendes is going to be single for a while. For just a little bit. I do think he's going to be single for a little bit. I do think that this is a chapter that they're needing to close. Okay. So Camila Cabello cheated on him. It's a karmic chapter. It's unfortunate, but it does happen with twins. Before twins come into permanent union, there can be quote-unquote cheating, if that makes any sense. Because there's karmic lessons attached to it. The pain, oh my, meow meow for confirmation, my baby's talking. There are karmic lessons that can be attached to cheating. They're hard lessons, probably some of the hardest lessons you'll ever have to learn. But sometimes the cheater will cheat because they want to avoid doing the work. They want to avoid looking at themselves and things that need to be healed. They're not willing in that moment to heal whatever is coming to the surface, so they find an escape route. Now that I know and I feel, I'm going to ask the cards that Camila is Shawn Mendes' twin, and she's cheating. A lot of the times the cheater is the one who ends up more hurt than the one that was cheated on. Now, energies do cycle through twins. So, for example, Justin and Selena cycle through their masculine, cycle through their feminine all the time. I cycle through my masculine, I cycle through my feminine all the time. What happens is the masculine, I'll just give an example. Especially in our society, a lot of times masculines are taught to not have emotions. If you have emotions, hide them. To not cry, which is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Because crying, I don't know about y'all. Have you ever had a good cry and you felt 30 pounds lighter after? I'm a water sign. I'll cry in the middle of a Starbucks. I don't care. I don't care. I'll cry at the car wash in the middle of the Starbucks because people see emotions as weakness, especially when it comes to men. They feel like if you're emotional, it's weak. No, no, no. Being able to regulate your emotions and show emotion and process emotions is one of the strongest, most sexy things I've ever seen. So right now I am processing a lot of my masculine's emotions. He does not process his emotions. He stuffs everything down. He pushes it away. So when I'm in my masculine, I burst into tears and I cry and I'm a hot ass mess and I'm rolled across the floor because he does not process his emotions. So I have to, which is the reason that God made twins, is to cycle that energy to balance it, keep it balanced. I'm a water sign. My masculine's a fire sign. I'm very emotional. Like my emotions are all over the place. Sometimes I literally feel like I'm in the ocean. I'm just bobbing. Like my masculine is more grounded. He's a fire sign. He's passionate. So what I'm lacking in my energy as far as being emotionally, I'm getting better. I've gotten so much better. He's teaching me to be emotionally stable. I'm teaching him to process his emotions. So what happens is God makes twins opposite. So yin and yang literally represents the twin flames, light and dark, negative, positive. So whatever the masculine is lacking, the feminine makes up for. Whatever the feminine is lacking, the masculine makes up for. So what happens is, and it's the perfect match, there will never be another match that's better. There will never be anybody that adds up to your divine masculine or divine feminine. That's just the truth about it. God made you literally a twin flame, soulmate, perfect soul match for a reason. Nothing's deeper than soul. Not flesh, not blood, not water. Nothing is deeper than soul. Soul is the blueprint, the foundation. So these twins are supposed to be together. They're going through a karmic cycle. He's closing the chapter on it. Ten of Swords means walking away, closing the door on karmic cycles, and he's focusing on himself. Confirmation. He's focusing on himself because when a lot of people don't realize this, it's called the runner chaser. When the chaser starts to focus on their own stuff, your own life, your own abundance, your own energy, your own health, guess what? That runner stops running and that runner starts chasing. And if you want to come back together, you balance the energies and you manifest each other into each other's life, e.g., permanent union in the 5D and the 3D. Twins have always been in union in the 5D. Twins have never been separated. Like my twin incarnated on this earth before I did. He's 4 years older. But even when I was floating up in the cosmos and he was here, age 3, 4, we were still connected. So, long story short, it's about balancing the energies. He's closing out karmic cycles. He's closing out just dumb situations that really that no longer serve him. So, their collected energy justice. Justice is playing a role right now. Justice, justice, justice. Karmic justice. Which literally goes along with everything I just said as far as like karmic lessons, cheating, being with the person that you know isn't even meant for you. It's kind of a joke. The Five of Wands talks about competition. It talks about conflict. It talks about arguments. It talks about a lot of things. Just competition, argument. You see these people look like they're fighting for attention, fighting. He's no longer doing that. Now, I do believe that Shawn Mendes knows his worth. He knows his worth. He's not down with the BS. He's not down with the fuck shit. He's going to walk away, work on himself. And the more he works on himself and the more he focuses on his abundance, guess what? His twin flame, it raises whether it's the masculine or the feminine, whoever decides to focus on themselves and raise their vibration, it actually triggers the other twin who is at a lower vibration or who is less spiritually advanced to raise their vibration. Like Selena is focusing on herself, and at some point, hopefully Justin will fucking wake up. We'll see. Offers. Hey. I do think that the offer is still open. I do think they both love each other. They're twins. They're twins, and this is their combined energy. I do think that they both want to be together. Let's just be honest, of course. Twins will always want to be together, no matter what happens. Cheating, lying, drama, confrontation, obstacles, debacles, whatever. The twin flame journey is an uphill journey. There ain't shit easy about the twin flame journey. On top of having to live a life and focus and pay bills, then you have 1,000,000 pounds of spirituality stuff on top of that. Nothing about the twin flame journey is easy. If God was going to make it easy, God didn't make it easy, it's not even an option. But if God was going to make it easy, it's like, what's the point? So, I think that they are both open to, at some point, in divine timing, coming back together. The Death card. So, the Death card talks about endings so new beginnings can start. The Ace of Swords talks about clarity. So, they may be having a conversation at some point. Ooh-wee. Oh, yeah. Yep, it came through. So, they're ending cycles. At some point, they will have a conversation. The Ace of Swords talks about clarity. Clarity of mind, clarity of thought. A clear conversation that's going to stop all of the confusion and get rid of the headaches. And I do think that with the right conversation and the right time, a lot of things will be healed. A lot of things will be healed. They'll be able to, confirmation, they'll be able to move forward. And I know that sometimes it's harder, especially for men, to communicate than it is for women. Some men have no problem communicating. But a lot of times it's hard for men to communicate, you know, the way that females can. And a lot of times, especially with twins, they're scared of being rejected. They're scared of being denied. They're afraid to lay all of their emotions and their heart out on the table because the other twin might just say, "No, I'm good," and walk away. But most of the time, through clarity of conversation and through having a clear, concise conversation where you hash everything out and you make a plan, that changes everything. Confirmation with the train. Ooh, hello, little Sagittarius, a little balance, a little temperance. All right, let me just ask the cards. I'll take maybe 4. Are Camila Cabello, and Shawn Mendes. Good God, I mean, my phone is just... The universe knows I'm doing a reading because my phone is just all of a sudden. Are Camila Cabello and Shawn Mendes, are they twin flame, Spirit? Are they twin flame, Spirit? Shawn Mendes. I heard divine timing. Alright, Spirit. 3 more shuffles. 2. Let's see what cards we get. Are Camila Cabello and SHAWN Mendes twins? Are they twin flames? Okay, damn. Are they twin flame spirit? Okay. I think they are. Are they twin flame spirit? Are they twin flame spirit? So far, 3 of my cards say yes. I have 3 twin flame cards on the deck. On the dresser. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna keep pulling and see if... Are they twin flame spirit? Spirit's making me work for it. Are they twin flames? Or Camila Cabello and SHAWN Mendes twin flames? What I'm looking for is that 1111 card. I feel like they are. These cards are just not giving it up to me. Like I feel like they are. Ooh, there's a lot of fear around the relationship too. My solar, not my solar. My root chakra is talking. They have some fear. I think it's her. I don't think it's him. She's in a lower vibrational state, especially lately. Oh, Ace of Cups. All right, one more card. Her energy's all over the damn place. Spirit, are they twin flames? Okay, so, I mean, I didn't get a definitive answer, and usually when I ask the cards about twins, I'll get a very definitive answer. This one's a little scattered. So, the Empress is definitely the twin flame card. And she's the divine counterpart to the Emperor. Normally, if I'm asking about twin flames, the Empress and the Emperor will come out. Just the Empress came out this time. I did get the Lovers. That is a twin flame card. It's also a soulmate card. Soulmate card can be represented by the Lovers card. The Ten of Cups, another soulmate / twin flame card. Ten of Pentacles, soulmate / twin flame card. The Ace of Cups, true love. I didn't get the 1111 card. I didn't get the Hierophant. So normally connected to the twin flames will be the Four of Wands, the Emperor and the Empress card. That'll come out together. The Ten of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, the Hierophant. I didn't get that. Ooh. What did just pop through is she's sleeping. She doesn't know she's a twin. She doesn't know she's a twin. They're twins. She just doesn't know it. Okay. For example, when I met my twin, I had no clue. Now, when I met my twin, he was woke. Definitely already had... I don't think he had Kundalini when I met him, but I do think that he was way more advanced spiritually than I was. I was always under the notion that he knew I was his twin. I asked him and he said no. When we met, he did not know I was his twin. I think that SHAWN Mendes does know that Camila Cabello is his divine feminine. She's still sleeping. She's sleeping. She doesn't know she's a twin. From what I get from the cards, I don't think she knows she's a twin. Let me see what else we got going on here. Let me see if I can get some more clarity here. I don't think she knows that she's a twin. Ooh. I don't think she knows. Does Camila Cabello know that she's a twin? Flame spirit? Okay, King of Cups. Does Camila Cabello? I think that Shawn Mendes knows he's a twin. Ooh. Uh-oh. Shut the fuck up. The Hierophant just came out. The Hierophant is another twin flame card, and that's the card I told you I did not get. So the King of Cups, which represents Shawn Mendes, he's going through it right now a little bit. The Five of Swords came out with it. He's going through it. He's trying to manifest her, though. He is. So the King of Cups represents him. So you see his fingers in this bowl, and he's literally stirring, manifesting. That's Camila Cabello back there in the boat. He's trying to draw her in. You see he's got one finger in the bowl and one finger in the water, drawing her in. That's what men do. The divine masculine, ooh, with the Ten of Cups at the bottom, has to manifest the divine feminine. Technically, the divine masculine should be chasing, quote unquote, the divine feminine, not the other way around, with confirmation. He's manifesting her. With the Ace of Pentacles, with an offer. Or Page of Pentacles, excuse me. She's not interested. Damn. I'm just like, what? Okay, so the Page of Pentacles is an offer. It's a small offer. And then this came up. Again, she's not interested. You see this offer's being made. She's not interested. She's distracted. But he's still very much interested. He's, ooh, with the Emperor. The Emperor, hey. Oh, yeah, he's still very, very much interested in giving her his heart. Ooh, with the Ten of Pentacles, with Justice, the King of Pentacles. Yeah, they're twins. Okay, so I believe that they're twins. It's still a little, what word am I trying to say? Staticky. It didn't come through like as clear as I wish it would have. Like with Selena and Justin, anytime I ask about them being twins, it comes through like super, super clear. It's obvious. With them, it took a little time, like I had to dig, but I am getting that they're twin flames. So, there are a lot more twins out there than we know. I think that there's a lot of twins that are coming into union this summer. I feel like many of them have already. Right now, the Earth's frequency is being raised. There are mass awakenings happening. The Earth has to be, there has to be a certain amount of positive energy. The Earth has to vibrate at a certain frequency so these twins can come together. The thing about it is twins vibrate very high, naturally. They vibrate very, very high because they're God's people. They're God's chosen ones. Spiritual beings, light beings, vibrate very, very high naturally. So what happens is, in order for these twins to come together and be able to remain together, the Earth has to vibrate at a certain frequency. People who vibrate very low naturally are irritated, set off, violent, evil towards light workers or people who vibrate very high. Anyways, that's all I'm going to say about that. So what happens is the Earth raises its frequency, which raises the frequency of the masses in order for these twins to come back together. It's a whole thing. It's the twins balancing their energy. It's the Earth's frequency high enough so these twins can come back together. The Earth raises frequency, so everyone that lives on the Earth's frequency will raise as well. So it happens every so often that, oh, hello, there's someone on, I didn't even realize someone joined. Hi. So what happens is every so often, I don't know how many years, the Earth has to raise its frequency. Reason being is because if everyone's vibrating really low, low vibration is fear. It's fear, it's violence, it's an eye for an eye kind of mentality, and nobody would be able to, like, you wouldn't be able to walk the streets because it would be so dangerous. So what happens is every so often the masses awaken, or the ones who are sleeping awaken and help raise the frequency of the earth and raise the frequency of people around them. We raise vibrations because the earth continues to raise vibrations, if that makes any sense. And twins cannot come back into union living in a society that's extremely low vibrational, because they wouldn't be able to survive. Like, they would be attacked, they would be mauled or whatever. So everything happens in divine timing is what I'm trying to say. The earth's frequency raising, the twins balancing their karma, balancing their frequency, balancing their energy and their vibrations in order to come back together. When twins come back together, the vibration that it sets off, the world has to be ready for it. It changes the frequency of everything literally in the world, and possibly even the universe, because twins come from divine light. They come from the white flame, the blue flame, so on and so forth. So you can't put all of these really high vibing people back together at the same time, because the world isn't quite ready for it. It would throw all of the energies off. It's wild if you think about it. If you think about the yin yang symbol, there's light and there's a dark side. There's a solid white side and a solid black side. But there's a little bit of white in the black side and there's a little bit of black in the white side. That represents light and dark energy. It has to be balanced at all times. So what happens is God made 144,000 light workers, light beings, spiritual warriors, if you will. That's all that God needs on this planet to keep the light and the dark energy balanced. If that doesn't tell you something, I don't know what does. Let me break it down like this. 144,000 of 8 billion is what percent? If I had to guess, because I'm not a whiz at math, it's probably about 1%. Maybe it's not a high percentage. So what I'm trying to say is light beings have the ability to balance dark energy. God only needed 144,000 of us to balance 8 billion people, like 8 billion. What am I trying to say? It just left me. I had it and it left me. So God only needed 144,000 light workers to balance 8 billion people worth of dark energy, dense, dark, heavy energy. That's how powerful we are. That's how powerful light beings are. That's how much we're needed and we're gifted. That's why we're here. Now, there are a lot of people out there who loathe light beings or loathe people who are on the spiritual journey. It's because we're lighting up the darkness. We're lighting up the shadows. What happens is sometimes, and this is not coming from a judgmental place because I haven't been woke my whole life. I've done some stupid shit that I'm probably still paying for. Some things that I used to be ashamed of. So I'm not perfect. But what happens is when there are a lot of things being hidden in the shadows in the corner and tucked under things or tucked behind things, and then you have this light bearer that comes in and blasts fucking light everywhere simply for being there, simply because that's the vibration that they were born with, it can ruffle a lot of fucking feathers. It can. It'll set a lot of people off. But shine your light anyways. It forces people to wake up. It forces people to heal. It forces people to love. Shining your light isn't going to physically hurt anyone or cause anybody harm. They might get a little agitated, but that's why we're here. It's to raise vibrations. It triggers people to heal. I know I've been in a situation where I was toxic and I was really uncomfortable when it was time for me to heal. When the spiritual awakening started, I was really uncomfortable because it forced me to open my eyes and look in the mirror. Some people aren't ready for that. Some people would rather blame everybody around them than do the work. Shine your light anyways, light warriors. I love you. I'm going to leave it at that. Namaste, namaste, namaste. Take care. Hello, 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 hello. Hi, my spiritual gangsters. Welcome, welcome. I know It's been too long. I know. Thank you so much for being patient. Thank you so much for commenting. Thank you for your emails. Thank you for all of the love. Your girl's been busy. I'm not even gonna go into it, but your girl's been very busy. All good things. God is good. God is good. God is good. I'm gonna say it for the people in the back. God is good. So yes, today we're gonna do an updated reading for Mr. SHAWN Mendes and Camila Cabello. Yes, 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 yes. Finally. So if you haven't noticed, my hair is a little different. I decided to take it out of braids just because I feel like I wanted to, one, give it a little bit of a rest and like let it breathe. And braids can be, it tugs on your hair. It's not good for the hairline. It's, you know, it's convenient. I work out a lot, so it helps. But I decided just to like change the color, put a little blonde in, spruce it up. Your girl's like trying to, I don't know what I'm trying to do. Yeah, so hopefully you guys like it. Anywho, how are you guys doing? How is everyone doing? How are you? I hope you're well. I hope you're protected. I hope you're happy. I hope you're grounded. I hope we're all out there loving each other, loving on each other, spreading those positive vibes. All right, let's get into it. So, the last reading I did with Camila Cabello, I hope I'm saying her name right, Camila Cabello and SHAWN Mendes, I guess they were in a separation, and it was around Coachella. I have not looked, I've barely had time to wipe my own butt, let alone, let me see if I can get the smoke out of here because it's a little bit of a distraction, let alone follow up on what's going on in their situation. A lot of people, I'm actually going to move this, it's dragon's blood for protection. A lot of people in my comments have been asking, can you do an update? I don't even know what I'm updating, but what I'll do is I'm going to look into his energy, her energy, and then their connected, combined energy. Again, I do believe that they are soulmates. I do believe that they've lived many lifetimes together. I know that when I did the reading last, she had really great energy. He had really great energy. I do believe that SHAWN Mendes is woke. I believe that he's on the spiritual path. I do believe that he is a manifester. I do believe that he's high vibe for sure. And that he's woo! I do believe he's an empath. I do believe that he's an empath. I glanced at his Instagram. I don't follow him. I don't even follow her. I may glance at it every now and then, just in the moment if something happens to pop up on my feed, I'll look at it, but I don't really follow them. I'm just not drawn to them like that. All right, here we go. So first, here behind us, we're going to raise some vibrations. Beautiful thing. So the singing bowl is actually really great for raising vibrations, and what that means is